This meeting is being recorded.
So give me a minute to introduce Loveth. Sorry, please just Loveth, give me a sec so I can properly introduce you. So
Okay.
Loveth is the head of program. She's also a data analyst and facilitator at Data Lead Africa. She specializes in data-driven initiatives and capacity building training with expertise in data analysis and program management. She leads impactful projects while also empowering others through teaching essential data skills for professional growth and informed decision making. And for those of you that don't know about Data Lead Africa, um, it's a tech school, I think here in Abuja, and they do teach a handful of skills from software engineering to data science to data analysis, and then they also have special courses for the deaf and the rest of them. And so far, so good. They've been doing great. I did take a course there myself some years back. So, welcome, Loveth. I think you can carry on.
Thank you for that introduction. So once again, my name is Loveth, and as he has said, I'm the head of programs at Data Lead Africa. So I am grateful for the opportunity to take you guys on um, this particular course, AI application in education. So basically, where we are today in the world, we cannot say, I hope you all are hearing me properly. So,
Oh, yeah, you're audible. If you
okay.
can hear Lovett, please, if you can hear Lovett, please react or do notify us in the comment section so that we can be sure everyone is hearing her.
So, the world that we are in today, we cannot say you can live outside of AI. I feel like as an individual, if you're not developing yourself into how to use I think you are left behind. And in the coming years, you will not be employable. Because I feel like in the future, part of the criteria for employment is going to be how you can use AI as an individual. So today we're going to be learning AI application in education. So what is AI? So our learning objectives to understand the key components of AI, explore reward applications, discover benefit rates and ethical implication, get hands-on idea on how to use AI tools for learning and teaching. So what is AI? AI is actually known as what? Artificial intelligence. And it is basically, let's say, a machine or software that mimics human intelligence, that is structured to work and think like humans, to help us to help in reasoning, problem solving, understanding languages, and all that. So they are like a component of AI that I want us to know. We have the machine learning aspect, which predicts things. So if you're talking about machine learning, you can say maybe your Netflix, your Facebook, your Instagram, how they are able to recommend things that you may like or you might want to see. We have natural language, which we have our chat bots like ChatGPT, the Siri, the Gemini, the Grok, and all that. Then we have the computer vision aspect of AI that helps to recognize images and pictures. And we have the robotic, we have like self-driving cars and all that. So in our world today, AI has really come to stay, and it has come to make things better. You understand? So when we say AI in education, so basically the education we know, especially in the school setting, it is usually a fit all type of education. Basically, you have students, you have teachers, and then the teacher will come in and then um, and then teach and go out. So the pace of learning is usually fixed. And in a group of in a class where there are a group of people, individuals have different learning pace. Some people are fast learners, some people are slow learners. So in a will I say in a normal way of education, everyone cannot benefit at the same time. In as much like our education is like teacher centered, the teacher is just one person. The teacher cannot provide and meet the need of every student in the class. You understand? Because each student has his or her needs. You understand? But the teacher is just a person and cannot actually meet the needs of every student. If you're in a private school, at least you can say, okay, there are like 20, let's say highest 20 to 25 students in the class. But if you're in a public kind of school, you have almost 100 students in the class. The same goes for public universities as well. You have over 100 students in a class. How do you expect one teacher to meet the academic needs of that particular student? It's actually possible. So most times you are literally on your own. They come, they deliver what they have to deliver. There's a fixed pace of learning. If you cannot follow up, you have to go back on your own and do your research and do your findings and all that. But you see with AI, it has come to actually transform learning and teaching, both for the students and for the teachers. You understand? It has brought smarter ways of learning, personalized type of learning. You understand, whereby students can learn at their own pace. I usually used to tell my friend that if there was AI when I was in secondary school, I think I would have known maths better, because now as an adult and I use AI, and AI helps me to simplify and break down things. I tend to now understand it better and why things are the way they are. But during that time, if you did not get it in class, I not get it in textbook, there's little or nothing you could do about it. But now we have AI. It helps to personalize our learning, meeting the learning needs of each individual um, person. Do you understand? So
Um,
how
so,
does it?
sorry, Loveth, for interrupting. Could you make your presentation to be a little bit more on like slideshow, like the complete thing? I think everything shown kind of looks somewhat overwhelming. I don't know if it's just me, but
Come again?
yeah, I was asking if you could make it that your presentation just shows the slides without the menu bar and the other extras.
I think it's on slideshow actually.
Oh,
I
okay.
should remove it from slideshow.
No, what I'm saying is we're actually seeing like the menus and everything, um,
Okay,
not like the
on my
complete, yeah, not like just the slide.
on my own side, it's actually on the slideshow.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You can carry on. That's fine.
So why education in AI? Like I've explained before, it was learned as at the pace of your teacher. Whatever the teacher says, that is how it is. He does not care, he or she does not care who has gotten it, who has not gotten it. They just come to do what they have to do. But then bringing AI like to the classroom helps to personalize learning. It helps to it helps to um will I say it helps people based on what word do I use for this now? It helps people to learn on their own pace. It helps them to learn on their own pace. We have applications and websites like Kayan Academy that for math, science, and related stuff like that. So it helps people to learn at their own pace. It helps for adaptive learning, whereby as people are learning, it is giving them feedback. Um, it breaks down courses for students as well. You understand? Basically, when you're in a normal classroom, they just teach according to a flow. But once you're using AI to learn, it teaches you according to steps, and it breaks down those steps into um what will I say? It breaks down those steps into will I say should I say manageable? It breaks down those steps into your learning pace based on how you can assimilate. You understand? Based on how you can assimilate. Let's take for ChatGPT for example. I feel like if you're a student and let's say university students for example, and you don't know how to use ChatGPT in this age of time, I think you're really behind. If there's something you do not understand in a class and you take it to ChatGPT, help me break this module down as though you are teaching a 5-year old and see what ChatGPT does to that thing. It uses simple terms, it uses examples that will make you understand that particular thing you want to understand. So there are different platforms for learning that I feel like should be adapted into the academic system. Um, for example, we have the Google Classroom. I think during that COVID-19 time was a good time for us to actually adapt to using AI in education. It was an eye opener. And during that COVID-19 time, you could only see that it was people who were like in private schools that could actually harness the use of AI in education. People who were in public school were kind of quite behind. You see, during the COVID-19 time, you see those who were in private school using Google Classrooms, Microsoft Classroom, and they had to continue their education from home. They were being assessed from home. Even as a teacher, AI helps you to grade. I like in this day and time, imagine having to use paper and pen for multiple choice questions. It's okay if we have open-ended question and we say, okay, we want to mark it using our human understanding. But then in this day and time, we have multiple choice questions and we're still using paper and pen to how will I say to assess those kind of questions. It actually shows that we are quite like behind in stuffs like that. We have our Google Forms, which are there that we can actually personalize to our use. You understand? So, what's the importance of AI to us? It's personalized learning. It helps us to learn at our own pace. Aside being taught by teachers in class, you understand? Once you use AI, those modules are there and you can personalize your learning to your own pace. You can take it step by step, whatever module you're learning. Intelligent tutoring system, whereby you have AI teaching you, or let's say like um, already recorded videos that teach you and assess you. They give you assessments. They provide real time feedback on those assessments. Not like the one that you write test in class and it takes a week, 2 weeks for that result to be back. And by the time it's back, you are already moved past that area of your life. Uh, we use AI to generate questions, you understand, quiz for class. We use AI to automate grading. I made mention of what's it called? Google Form. I made mention of Google Form 2 in classroom, and there are other platforms that they use for grading, especially for multiple choice question. It is understandable when we have open-ended question and we do not want AI to mark it because AI might not have that kind of human kind of understanding we have when it comes to marking open-ended question. But for multiple choice question, It's easy. You load the question, and the student should be able to assess it, and then what's it called? And then continue with their class. Accessibility and support. In this day and time where we have inclusion, we have the deaf people, we have blind persons who want to go to school and everything. AI is what brings us together as students. We have AI who can convert pictures to voice recording, like to explain a picture to a blind person. They can explain a voice record for a deaf person, making learning much more easier for persons with disability and all that. So there are practical ways to have AI in education, and there are various AI tools. Is it for research? For somebody like me who's into research, I cannot overemphasize the importance of AI. My boss will usually say, "Don't pretend as if you don't use AI." No man, most things you see online, people will say, "Oh, I did it by myself." They want to take all the glory, but the thing is that most of us use AI. Gone are the days where people might want to do things by themselves, but now most things have been made easier by AI, and nobody should make you feel like foolish for using AI. When it comes to research, there are various AI tools that helps not just in research writing, but then helps you to connect papers together. Like there are papers that have been cited. AI helps you to look for all those papers before you manually sit down and then start searching the web one by one, going to references and clicking and clicking and clicking. But now that there is AI, you just have to enter into those applications, type in the person who wrote the paper, and you will see all connected research works. You understand? You see, for referencing, we have Zotero, we have EndNote, we have Mendeley. I can still remember when I was in university, I referenced manually. Imagine writing 100 and something references manually, and now I actually don't even reference. I don't even know how to reference manually kind of again, because I will just send the link of the paper I want to reference, or upload the paper I want to reference to the application, and it gives me whatever type of referencing that I want. Is it for data analytics? We have AI too for data analytics. The software we use for analytics, is it in vivo? Is it SPSS? They have AI attached to them. So when you have certain questions you want to ask, you understand, certain analysis that you do not know what to how to move forward with, these AI are there to help you. Do you understand? I hope you guys are following me. Can you hear me? Am I still connected?
Oh, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. The entire class is muted.
All right, thank you. So do you understand? So AI basically has come to make our work easy. You understand? Has come to make learning easy. Yes, some of these tools are quite expensive, but the thing is that nothing good is free. You understand? But you can also harness the free version of it, and those that are not quite expensive, you can also use them as well for learning. And one easy tool that is easily available for people to use, that I think like it's a general AI platform, is actually ChatGPT. Whether you're writing, whether you are asking a tech related question, it doesn't matter what it may be. ChatGPT has been built as a problem solving kind of chatbot. You understand? It reasons like a human. But then, just because you use AI does not mean that you leave the work entirely for AI. AI is still a machine. You understand? It's in as much it has been programmed to think like us human, It is not a human. So if you want AI to give you the best results, you will have to tell it what to do for you. You don't just go to AI and say, do this for me. So like, for example, you're using ChatGPT. You don't just go to ChatGPT and say, give me write so and so analysis for me or report for me. No, it's just going to give you a very generic format because it has been programmed to do so. So now you have to come in with your own human touch and tell it exactly how you want it to come out, in the format you want it to come out. So you have to teach, how will I put it? You have to tell the AI exactly what you want for it to be able to give you what is personalized to you. So you don't just use AI as somebody who did not go to school or who is not intellectually inclined. You use AI wisely by telling it, by programming it to how you want it to answer you. So basically, this AI application, there are various AI applications depending on what you want to use it for. We have the global type. We have some that were of African origin, like the U lesson and all that. Those ones were created by like Africans, and we have global ones. But I feel generally in Africa, AI is still coming up. There is a lot of room for improvement. You understand? There's a lot of room for improvement when it comes to AI application in Africa. You understand? And personalizing it to Nigeria in our academic world and in our academic space, I think we still have a lot to go. So coming from the time where JAM was being made CBT, I was thinking after that there will be a lot of improvement, but let's be sincere, there's not been a lot of improvement. You understand? We still have WAEC, NECO, BASE, a lot of national exams that are still written with paper and pen. You understand? And we still have a lot to go as a country in terms of AI in education. Like a really, really, really lot. And it's a huge space for, will I say, it's a huge space for investment, because if we say we want to bring AI into the educational system in Nigeria, we have teachers who do not know how to use AI. We have students, they don't even know how to use, will I say, computers, talk less of AI applications. You understand? We do not have computers in schools. Students do not have phones or tablets and all that. So there's actually a long way to go in terms of applications of AI in education. But as individuals, how do we use AI? You understand? I usually tell somebody, right? If there's anything you want to do, the first thing you think of, is there any tool somewhere that can help me do it better? Because I do not know all the AI that's related to academics. I used to find one every day. And how do I find them? If there's something I want to do and I'm finding it very difficult to do it, I always think, wait, there must be something out there that can actually help me to do this thing I want to do better. And I go and I search, and I sometimes I see tools that actually help me make my work easy. Do you understand? So I do not know all the tools, but you can always think when you have something to do, is there a tool out there that can help me make my work easy? You understand? Is there a tool out there that can help me make my work easy and all that? So, what are the benefits of AI in education? It increased access to quality education, whereby aside learning in the classroom, you can go back to your AI platform. We have Coursera, we have what's it called? We have Khan Academy, we have U Lessons, which is basically for like secondary school students. We have ALT schools for tech related kind of courses. you go back and then even YouTube as well. YouTube is not, it's not really an AI tool, but it's still AI inclined. Even YouTube as well. You go back and then you take lessons. These Some of these platforms are personalized to your learning. Yes, you have to pay a little fee. If you can afford it, it is worth it. You understand? And then you get a quality education. Things are structured to your own pace. You understand? You can structure your lessons to your own pace and all that. For effective administration and grading, like I said, why have paper and pen kind of test and you're marking the script of 100 persons for multiple choice question, when you can easily have it on a computer, and then the grade is automatically, their test is automatically graded. You understand? It makes job and reduces workload for the teachers themselves. But because of where we are as a country, some of those things are not feasible. And so I know it does not apply to everywhere, but I will use Nigeria as a case study because I am here in Nigeria. Because of where we are as a country, some of these things are not feasible. Scalable of tutoring and support service, meaning that some of these platforms also give you real-time feedback. Let's say you're solving a problem and then you make a mistake, there's always a correction at every step that you take. When they give you a quiz and you're taking that quiz, there is always like a correction, and then it increases your learning ability, right? And we've also made mention of inclusion for students with special needs. Do you understand? We have platform, and like for me, my organization, we have a DeafLearn platform for what's it called? For persons with disability, with hearing disability, to learn Python. You understand? There are other courses that are being uploaded there as well. So persons with disability who cannot hear can actually learn how to use Python, Power BI, Excel through those platforms. So AI basically helps to bring all of us together in education. So it's making learning easier, faster for the students, and it is reducing the workload for the teachers. The teachers can also use AI to create content rather than sticking to one textbook and then looking of how to make lesson notes and all that. It makes the work easy for teachers to create class content, um, how to break down class model to the needs of their students, especially for those in, let's say, secondary type of education and all that. AI helps in research, you understand? So much. It helps so much in research and all that. So what are the risks? So because I deal with data and all that, so what are the risks when it comes to AI in education? So we'll talk about data privacy. For all these AI softwares, educational softwares that you log into, you have your data on those software. What happens to your data? Who is in charge of your data? Even though as a school, there's a learning platform that everyone on that school is on. So who is in charge of this data? It's a big thing to always talk about. And I feel like as a country, we have to make rules regarding this. But because we are not there yet, it will not be a thing of priority yet. But data privacy is a key. Who is in control of this data? Who has access to this data? You understand? We have what is it called? Biases. You understand? Sometimes people can feel like, especially when it comes to grading, people can feel like, oh, it's a lie, to do a mistake, it's not going to grade us properly. I can still remember during the COVID-19 time, all my classes, my exams, everything was online, and people were kind of complaining that the AI will not mark our our exams and tests properly, like there'll be mistakes, somebody has to cross check and all that. So people are actually afraid of biases when it comes to AI. in education. So over reliance on AI, depending too AI or too much on AI can reduce critical thinking. Yes, I feel this is 50-50. It actually can reduce critical thinking because if you over rely on AI, you don't tend to want to use your brain again. Any little discomfort or any little problem, you've logged on into your AI platform and you're asking and you really do not want to think again. But then you can also get ahead of this by ensuring that you use AI properly. Like I said, AI is there to help, but you have to teach it how to serve you. You don't just go on AI and say, do give me so and so. Write, let's say write a report for me. It's going to give you a generic format. For it to have that human touch, you have to give AI that sense of humor, that human kind of thinking for it to be able to give you what you want. So right now you're not just you're the only thing that AI is helping you do is to do the manual work. But the thinking work, you are the one telling it how to think. So meaning that you've already thought about it before using AI to bring your thoughts to reality. Do you understand? Not AI just giving you a reality and then you move with the flow. Job fears. People fear that AI is going to steal their job. Yes, I feel like there are some jobs that will no longer be there again because of AI, but not entirely. I feel AI is here to make our work much more easier. Do you understand? In the case of teachers now, it's to make their work more easy. Imagine having a class of 100 students and you are just a teacher for 100 students. And let's say, for example, they write an exam and you have to mark a script. If that exam was like a computer-based exam and it has an automated marking scheme, that part of your job has been relieved. Now you have to focus on how to, your main focus will be on how to impact knowledge on your students and all that. So now, when it comes to AI, what are the roles of educators in AI? So, in terms of students management, educators are meant to guide students on how to use AI effectively. So for those who will say AI is going to steal our jobs as teachers and all that, AI cannot, how will I say, AI cannot deliver exactly what we want if we don't tell it how we want it. And how do we tell it how we want it? It's by having a teacher there. It's a teacher that has to program the AI to serve us how we want to be served. You understand? If not, AI is going to give us the generic formats that it has been programmed to give. You understand? So, what are the roles of educators when it comes to AI? So, in an academic setting, AI, the educators will help to guide the students on how to use AI tools effectively. You understand how to ethically use it and ensure that they are using it appropriately, how to create content and personalize learning plans. You understand? It can help um, help students how to generate content using learning content using AI as well. But for those of us who are no longer in universities and we want to learn on our own pace, like we want to learn on our own, how do we use AI? Now, there are AI platforms for us to use. Coursera, for example, now we have courses there. We have another one called ED Tech something and all that. ED Tech, I can't remember the name. So this platform, you go on here, there are lessons for you to take. depending on what you want to learn. Now, these lessons you can personalize them to how and the pace you want to learn. Do you understand? And it gives you real time feedback when there are assessments. Do you get? So once there's something you're not understanding, there's a process you're not understanding, it will guide you through everything. And this is something you cannot get from the classroom. Do you understand? And when it comes to using chatbots, which helps us for reasoning, maximize the use of your chat GPT, your Grok, your Gemini. There are a lot of AI tools out there. You understand? Program it on how to help you. And I will always say that if it's always nice to have the paid version of every AI application. You'll be amazed. If you think AI is good on the free version, try the paid version. You understand? You'll be amazed on how it can help you. Imagine sitting on your system and having information from various sources, summarizing articles and getting important information out of them instead of sitting down for hours and trying to summarize and get the point of every article. You understand? You can also ask your chatbot to teach you. When it's teaching you, you can tell it, break down this particular concept into steps. Like I said, you have to tell it how to serve you. So you see those AI prompts, they are very important. I will not say there is a specific prompt, but then tell it how to serve you. What? So you're the one doing the reasoning, and you're transferring that reasoning to your AI, and AI will serve you according to that way. But if you do not transfer that reasoning, you will only get little from it, which is the way it has been programmed to function. But when you tell it to serve you in a particular way, you think about what you want at the end and you tell it to serve you in a particular way, it's going to give you, you're going to harness like the best part of it. As a teacher, how do you use your chatbot? Use it to create content. There are AIs for making what is it called, slides. There are AI for making videos. There are AI for transcribing. All these things are there. I will always tell you, if you have a work, there is no glory in trying to do it by yourself. It helps you to be time efficient. Something that you're going to spend 10 hours on, you're spending 5 hours on. That means you have another 5 hours to do something else. You understand? So nobody should come and say, oh, I I did this myself, my own brain, my own thinking. Gone are the days. Gone are the days of I did it myself. So there are AI for almost everything. Almost everything. And for the ones that are free, we should try to like harness it. We should try to use it. We should try to use it ethically as well. The way I hope you're following me. So now we've come to the end of this class. So my own I will still take us back to us in Nigeria as a country. I would say in Nigeria as a country, we are not there yet when it comes to AI in education because I'll always start from the classroom because education begins basically from the classroom. The major education begins from the classroom. We are not there yet, and it's going to take us a long while. We have a lot of young children who do not know how to use computers, talk less of what AI is. You understand? Except for parents who are trying their best to install this knowledge on their in their children. You understand? If you look at our classrooms, it does not look like something that is digitally driven. You understand? We have teachers who do not even know how to start up meetings. You understand? Okay, in the case of COVID-19, I will usually refer to that because it was an eye opener to tell you that okay, we need to move from this manual way of doing things to digitalizing everything. A lot of things was on standstill. Do you understand? A lot of things were on standstill. People could not do anything. You understand? So I feel also as a country, we are not there yet when it comes to AI applications in education. And I feel like AI has a lot to offer. It has a lot to streamlining our learning process. If most of us had an idea of AI when we were in university, I believe that we would have had like we would have even had better grades and better understanding. I had a friend telling me one time that how I wish he knew AI when he was writing his project, that a lot of things would have been much more easier. You understand? But the thing is that where we are as a country is we are not at a place where we need to where we can harness the what's it called, we can harness the benefits of AI. Our structure does not permit it. Okay, if in classrooms we want to use AI, I still remember we had what was it called, electric screen then, but then we never used it because there was no light. We are trying to move forward in some places. Things are dragging us sorry, we're trying to move forward in some places and things are dragging us backwards as well. And this is actually a space that need advocating for. You understand? So a path to greatness is always finding a problem to solve, right? So this is actually a space that needs advocating for. We need a lot of reformation when it comes to education in Africa. We need a lot of information. The If you look at the Western world, you see them, they go back home, they have their assessments sent through an application where they just log in and they get their assessments and all that. They have an application where their parents can see the learning progress of their child, applications that can tell where the child is lacking in learning and how and what aspects needs to be improved, can tell the weak points and the strength of the child in his or her academic endeavors and all that. And generally, we are not just there yet as a country. You understand? So basically, AI has a very big role to play in education. As somebody who is working, AI has a very big role to play in your daily deliveries. I would say do not feel bad for saying, okay, I use AI, I do not want to use AI, I want to do it by myself. You are not doing anybody any good. Harness AI for anything you want to do. But the thing is that you have to use it ethically. You have to tell it how to think for you and give you the result you want. Don't just use AI as a fool. You understand? Give it how to serve you. Give it prompts that relates to what you want at the end of the day. You understand? You have to tell it how to serve. You have to tell it what kind of language to use. You understand? If you're a writer, use AI and Grammarly to edit your text. You understand? Use AI Grammarly to edit your text. You are into research. Don't try to want to take all the glory for yourself. You understand? So different AI platforms are there to help you. If there's a video and audio you do not understand and you need it to be simplified, upload it to your AI platform. But sometimes it has to be paid before you can access this kind of service. Upload it to your AI platform, ask it to simplify it for you, and you'll be shocked at the results that you will get. You understand? So um, we've come to the end of our class. So do we have any questions? So far so good. Do we have any questions?
Thank you so much for an amazing session, Lovet. We did enjoy the session. Thank you. So as usual, if you do have any questions, you can just indicate by raising up your hand, and we would give you the permission to unmute yourself and ask your question. You can also drop it in the chat section. So questions are welcome within this time. And also, quick announcements. Today's attendance tax is live on our platform. So as usual, visit your Candleweb account and perform your tax and sign the attendance for today. You can drop your comment on LinkedIn and we'll be there to respond and interact with you. And you can also follow our lecturer Lovet on LinkedIn. You can see her mentioned on the last post we have. You can follow her, connect with her. And yeah, that's all for now. So questions are welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Loveth. That was a very, very, very educative lecture. I think my favorite takeaway is when you said the days of trying to do it yourself to prove something has passed. Speed is more important now, right? Than gloating over doing something manually and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's very powerful. And yeah, I think I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. The honest truth is, yeah, you can be creative, but speed up what you want to do with AI. If you can create more time that you can spend with your loved ones doing other things that you enjoy doing than working,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
automates that part of your life. Yeah. So yeah, it's a wonderful lecture. Does anyone have any questions? You can um raise your hand and then we'll unmute you, or you can just drop it in the comments and then I'll ask Loveth myself. But it was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right.
I can see some hands, Hafiz and John. I'll be unmuting you, Hafiz, so you can ask your question. Then John, you'd be next. All right, Hafiz, you can speak now. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
I use to teach because when I enter the AI, the only place I get is it is for chatting, and sometimes I ask AI for PDF, and I didn't get that PDF for using. And also, I'm sorry for. I'm teaching in the local primary school at village where there is no network there. Thank you, sir. This is my question.
You're welcome, Hafiz. David, did you get his question? I love it. Were you able to grasp his question?
Are you with me?
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, we
Go
can
ahead.
hear you now.
Okay. Which kind of AI is the best for using in education? Especially, I'm teaching in the village where there is no network there. But when I come to the urban, I'm open my AI. I'm using it. There is some PDF I requested for AI, but I don't get that files for until when I go back to the Google, I get it. So this is my question.
All right, thank you so much, Hafiz. Thanks for your
Okay.
question. Loveth, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm with you. Do you have my question?
Yes, we had your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Isaac. Isaac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
with you.
Yeah. Sorry. I think he kind of lost me again. Can you repeat the question since you heard him?
Oh, okay. All right. I think let me unmute Loveth. She's still in the session. I think she's having network issues.
Yeah.
All
Like what
right.
I'm
His
asking is, did you get
question
his
is
question?
yes, his question is which AI is the best to use for education? He said he was teaching in the rural area, but he recently moved to the urban area, and he was using an AI tool. But he
Mhm.
did request some PDFs, and he couldn't get them using the AI tool which he's using. He had to go back to use Google to search for those PDFs before he got them. So, which AI tool is the best that he can use for education?
Oh, okay. So, firstly, right, for the documents he was trying to get using AI, right? Um, I would like to mention that there are some websites that have that were built in a way that it's not AI friendly. You can't just go to their website and just scrape data, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's one. Then some of those things you have to just do it yourself, or maybe if you're using a tool like ChatGPT, there's a place that you see that they wrote deep research. I think they recently
Okay.
made it free. Yes, it's a research agent. So if you use something like that, depending on what you access, it will even provide you with different sources. So you can even see different links
Okay.
that you can visit to check for that. Then that's one. Then
Okay.
for AI applications that you can use for teaching, um, I don't think I know much about how they really operate, but I know that Khan Academy has one.
Khan Academy.
Yeah, that's Khan, that's KHAN, then Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have one.
Khan.
I don't know what
Yes.
the
Okay.
structure is like. Yeah. Then there is this other Nigerian startup. Let me quickly look them up on LinkedIn. I think Catalyze something. Let me see. Just give me a second.
Khan Academy. Khan Academy.
Yeah,
Chief.
Khan Academy. Yes, then there's in a Nigerian startup. I think they're registered in the
Mm-hmm.
US or something like that. Their name is Equal. Let me just spell it. It's Equalize
Mm-hmm.
AI. Yeah, Equalize AI. Yeah,
Equalize.
the spelling. Yeah, the
Equalize.
spelling
Yes,
of the.
I write equalize.
Okay, okay. That's the EQUALYZ,
Mm-hmm.
then AI. That's how they
AM.
spelled it.
Okay.
No,
Mm-hmm.
EQUALIZAI.
Okay. AR. Mm-hmm.
No, not AR, AI.
Oh, AI. Okay, I had.
Yeah, Equalize AI. You can
Okay,
also
thank you,
check
sir.
them out. Yeah, you're welcome. Did I answer all your questions?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is my question. Thank you.
I think someone else also raised their hand, Isaac.
Our lecturer is back in the class. Yeah, you can mute yourself,
Khan.
Loveth. Giving access. I believe it's her network.
Apologies. It's raining over here, so the network is bad and it locked me out.
Yeah,
No.
we absolutely understand. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll be taking the next question. Loveth, he just attended to her piece, and he had a question about which AI tools he could use as an
Okay.
educationist to get resources. He mentioned that
John Yakub.
he was using an AI tool, and he did ask for some PDF which he was unable to get. But then he used Google and he was able to get them. So which AI tool would you recommend for him?
So, what kind of educationist is he? What does he do? What the kind does he teach? It determines the kind of AI to you should use.
Okay, Hafiz, can you share
Yes.
with us
Yes.
what okay?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, did you
Like I said, yeah, I'm using.
okay,
There
go
is
ahead.
one. It is okay. There is one. It is assistant chat. Same
Okay.
okay. So inside the assistant there is GPT also, but I do not using GPT. There is different AI. It is an application I'm using.
Okay. So,
Okay.
there are kind of AI you can use as a teacher. You have your Cayenne Academic, you have QLET, you have Magic School, you have Bricks Teaching, you have is it Edu 8?
Edu.
Yes, you
Edge.
have Edu 8. I think it's
Uh-huh.
EDU
Yes,
AI.
I wrote it. Edu 8. Okay.
Edu AIDE. There's E at the back of it.
Okay.
So one thing
Okay.
with AI is that there are a lot of AI that can be beneficial to you, but they are not. Do you understand? But so there are a lot of AI that can be beneficial to you, but they are not free. You have to pay like a little money.
Okay. Oh, yes. Well, I got
You
this problem, Allah. So I
have
don't.
to
Yes.
pay a little money for you to be able to access some of them to get a lot out of it.
Okay. Now
You
I
can
got
also
this point because I'm trying to use one. They request to pay them, but I don't pay. So thank you. Now I got the point. Inshallah, I'll use all the which one that one you mentioned, teacher, edu, and so on. So inshallah, I will use it because I jot it now. Down.
You can also check teacher Matic as well.
Yeah, what? Teacher Mark.
Teacher Matic, MATIC.
Okay, LAPLC. Okay.
MATIC.
Hello? I have problem. Network problem. NA.
M
M A
M
A
A T
NA
T
C
I yes.
CIH.
C like cat. C for cat.
Yes, I wrote it.
Okay.
NACPIH. The last two alphabets.
All
So I
right.
say
This is what I'll do, right, Hafiz? I'm going to write it in the chat. Check the chat of this meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
You'd also see yes, you'd also see Grace drop some other website there. Thank you, Grace Manshop. So this
Okay,
is the
thank you.
website she's talking about. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
This is the tool.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So John Yakubu, go on. You had a question. Your hand is down. Do you still have your question, or do we move ahead? All right. I'm unmuting you, John. Please go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Good evening, everybody, depending on your time. Sorry, I came late. I am having meetings this day, several meetings, so I usually come late. I want to ask this question. It's a concern to many people. And sometimes when you want to educate people about things like these, you need to have all your tools on ground in order to explain and make them understand. In as much as AI coming into the picture to make work easier, just like the way we used to defend machine way back then, that to make it easy. So AI is here to make it even much more easier. So,
Yes.
the concern of many people now is that that thing is going to make a lot of people lazy. In the sense, for instance, a lot of people will not want to open their hard copy book to read. A lot of people will not want to sit down and work their brain in making some research, but rather they'll just go and ask AI, what is this, what is that, and other stuff like that. So if you come across a person that is skeptical about this thing, how do you go about explaining all these things to a layman's understanding?
So I actually like your question. Yes, I actually like your question. But here's the thing. The thing is that AI is here to make our work easy. Of course. Yes, it does. But then it cannot do the entire work for us. Meaning that there are certain outputs you might want, and you have to tell AI, you have to be able to know how to use AI to give you that output. Do you understand? It's like what machine do I say? What machine do I use, for example, now? It's like now we're using mortar to pound pepper before, and now we have to use blender now. Now you don't just pour your pepper now inside blender and then leave it to blend. You have to understand how to operate the blender to work for you and blend your pepper to the level of smoothness that you want it to do for you. So also using that's the same format in using AI. You understand? You have to be able to condition that AI to give you specific results that you need. You understand? So if as an individual AI is making you, will I say, lazy, I think that is on a personal, will I say, that's on a personal base. I don't think that should be like a generic kind of question. If it's making you lazy, I think that's like a personal kind of experience. And if AI is making someone look lazy, their output will show in their output, because they will keep on giving a kind of generic output. The output is no longer creative. The output is not new. It's much more like, let's say, generic. So it will show in their output, and if it shows in their output, it means they are not even delivering what they are kept there to deliver. So as a teacher, as an educator, AI is to make your work easy. So now you are preparing for a class, you understand, and you have to read a lot of textbook. AI can help you summarize those textbooks and get the point out of them. You understand? We are used to doing things the certain way, and because we are used to doing that thing in a certain way, and we stop doing that certain way, it does not make us lazy per se. Do you understand? So now when we are now teaching people how to use AI, we now have to teach them how to use it ethically. We have to teach them how to use it ethically. You understand? And how do you use AI ethically? It's not dumping all the work on AI, but using AI to do your work more efficiently. You are the creative person. AI is not the creative person. AI will not help you to be creative. You are the creative person. But sometimes to bring our creativity to reality is a bit difficult. So what do? You use AI to help bring that creativity to reality. You understand? So if somebody stops learning or they just dump everything on AI, I think it's basically on the person itself, and it will show in their output. And if you're not okay with somebody's output, you can always let them go out of that position, or um you help them to sit up. So that's basically it for me.
Yeah. And then to add to what Loveth said, to be honest, it depends on how you truly use the AI. So AI is more about collaborative intelligence with humans, right? So for example, if you're using the AI, yes, you can use it to generate like your entire work, but always read through it, like vet the work, because that way you're also learning more. Let's say, for example, you're giving it to correct your grammar and all of those things. It takes, it makes sense that when the AI drafts, like makes those grammatical corrections, for example, you review the work for you to know, okay, where did you make mistakes in the past? What are the things you got right? So depending on the work you're doing with AI, always review the work and see how you can learn from the AI. So that way you're not even lazy. You're still learning while you're working.
Yeah. I also have an experience with using Grammarly. So because I work in research, so I write a lot. Before I started using Grammarly, there were like some grammars that I will not grammatical errors I will not know. So it is when I give somebody to proofread and they'll be like, see errors here. Now I used to think those people I was giving to proofread were really, really brilliant people until I realized that they were using Grammarly. And I went to set Grammarly on my system. And now I do not even have to give them to proofread. As I setting Grammarly on my system, there were some certain corrections that Grammarly used to make. And I took note of those corrections, and I no longer make those mistakes when I am writing, especially correction that has to do with punctuations. You understand? So it's using AI is an individual thing. It's more like you said, it's collaborative.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And that's a good way to use it. That's a good way to use it. It's awesome. All right. Moving forward, does anyone have um any other questions or maybe even contributions or how they've used AI in a way that helps them and they're able to maybe learn from the AI as well?
Okay, we have more hands up. We'll be taking a question, Elisha. So, Elisha, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Right, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm loud and clear. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I dropped my question on the chat. It was about how to prompt AI to give you your accurate answer. And then the teacher in one of the questions had mentioned of how we can use AI to summarize a textbook to get some valid points. I don't know, how can we do that? Because there's a book to read, but I try going through the book, but the book is boring. If I should use that, I think it will help me a lot. Thank you.
So how to use AI to help you summarize. So now when you pick the book now, this is where your own critical thinking comes in. Let's say, for example, you're using ChatGPT. When you pick that book, what do you want to get out of that book? So then you list the things you want to get out of the book. You understand? Let's say you want to get the important points or important storyline. You list what you actually want to get or what you want to achieve from that book. Now, if you go to ChatGPT and upload the book and tell it to summarize, it will just summarize generally and give you something. You understand? But when you go to ChatGPT and upload the book and you say summarize this book, bringing out so and so, you give it points on what to give you out of the book. You understand? And load it, and you will see how it will section each information according to your need. Do you understand? It will section each information according to your need. So the first point of giving ChatGPT a prompt. So let me give you an example of, let's say, for example, I have a proposal to write because I write proposals a lot as well. Let's say I'm seeing a bidding online. I will just copy that bidding. Guess what? I would not tell ChatGPT that look at this bid, write proposal for me. That's not what I'm going to tell ChatGPT. Do you know why? If I just say write proposal for me, it's going to give me a generic something that is not answering to anything. But we'll ask it, read this proposal. You understand? Outline the need of the contractor. You understand? After it outlining, I will tell it, tell me how we can, as let's say, and my organization fits the need. You understand? Of this contractor. So it will bring out information. And when I give it this prompt like this, if there's anything I'm writing, it understands the flow that I'm trying to get from the proposal. Do you understand? So basically, you have to think about what you want at the end of the day. And when you now outline what you want to get from that particular document, you now give that prompt to ChatGPT and it's going to do it for you. Do you understand?
Okay, his mic is muted.
Okay.
Okay, all right. All right, thank you very much. I really understand. But then, we have a lot of AI applications and all that. Which one can you recommend that is more reliable, like giving us accurate answers to what we, because I feel some AI are not accurate of stuff like that.
So for me, I use ChatGPT a lot. But I do not use the free version of ChatGPT. I use the paid version because that's what gives me what I want. So, like I said, I mentioned in my class, to harness like the best part of this AI application, you actually have to pay for at least the some of the paid version of it. So I use ChatGPT a lot for my writing because I think like that's the like a kind of general AI. So I'll say ChatGPT now. There are other good ones too, but I've used quite a number of them, and I would still say ChatGPT does it for me.
I think platforms like Perplexity AI too, since you mentioned something about it being accurate, Perplexity, you can use it to check how accurate any information in real time. So yeah, you can try Perplexity too. When you get any answer or you get any information, you can give it to Perplexity and ask it to check how accurate it is, and you're able to verify how accurate your information is. So that way, yeah, on point. That's how you can try that out. So are you okay, Elisha? So we'll be taking the next question.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. But the problem is right now I'm challenged on to access my Candleweb website. It's telling me to download the extension MetaMask data. See where you guys can just
Oh
help me.
no, you can
I've
simply,
dropped it on WhatsApp.
okay, all right, we'll attend to you on the WhatsApp group. You can simply also create your account using Google. We'll attend to you after the class. Thank you. So let's take the last question for tonight. Favor, your hand is up. So I'll be unmuting you, Favor, so you can ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Or good day from wherever you're connected from. Thank you, Loveth, for a very wonderful section. But I'm just curious because I don't know if you'd have an answer to this. I think it's a person that would give a better answer, maybe a government official or something. But AI and education is something that is very dear to me, not because I'm an educationist, but I have people that are in this field, and when I look at the knowledge gap, it's sad. And like you said, our country, Nigeria, if you go to lecture rooms, you'll be shocked that you're going to still see brown notes, not even updated notebooks by some of our lecturers. So, what do you think, or is there any activity that you're involved in as an educationist that shows like a light to the efforts that the nation is making concerning training? Because I do know people that are very passionate about education and teaching, but what they do not realize is that education is not where they are at right now. We've moved past so many things, but there's nobody to tell them. The ones close to me, I make an effort to push them to, start up trainings, computer trainings. I try to share resources with them. Yes, but there are a whole lot of things that we still have to do as a nation. So do you have any idea of any, like you said, advocacy or bodies that are, looking into any of these issues and making an effort?
So I can tell you about an organization. If you have a plan, you can write to them to get grants. There's GIZ. You can go online and check for them. They make big investments on education related kind of projects. So that's the one I currently am aware of for now.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Loveth. Favor, I've unmuted you. Did
Okay,
you get
sorry,
that?
I muted myself after speaking. Okay, she said GIZ.
GIZ. GIZ. G.
Okay, so this organization are for people that are already working on something, right? And maybe you need a grant
So not
to support.
yeah. So you have to usually come up with an idea. You understand? So they are big on educating people because they want to improve employment and reduce illegal migration and all that. But before you meet this kind of organization, you have to have a plan for them to be able to, let's say, release for that plan and everything related. So if there's anything related to education you want to do, or you have somebody who wants to make a change in the educational sector, you can always write to that organization, GIZ.
Okay, so from what you're saying, it's still individuals that are making efforts to bridge these gaps that we have.
Yeah, it's
Right.
in the
Okay.
yeah, it's still individuals that are making effort to bridge this gap. If it's as a nation and our government, we know where we are now as a nation when it comes to digitalizing education and improving education and how we receive education. Even our curriculum that we used to teach our students are far behind. If you look at our curriculum, what we need as a nation and what like the world needs now is not what our students are learning. Most of our students are basically going to school to actually say, I'm a graduate. The things that we need now are currently not being taught in our curriculum. And if you go to some of the Western world and you see their curriculum and you are like, oh my God. Somebody wanted to learn a physiotherapy related kind of course. It's nothing even any technical, and in the whole of Nigeria, it is only one university that is offering that course. So there's a lot that, before we even come to AI, there's a lot of reforming that is needed in our educational sector, and we are not ready for that conversation yet. So most improvements that are being made on individual level.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Loveth, for this session. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Yeah, thank you, Loveth. This was great. This was great. So, guys, you know how it is. Let's talk about it. If you have any ideas on maybe how government bodies can help improve the state of education in the country or across Africa, yeah, feel free to share your opinion on the group and let's talk about it. Don't forget to comment on the task, like, and repost. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for having me once again. It's a pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome. Great lecture, by the way.
Thank
All right,
you.
take care, guys.
All right. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to sign the attendance today, and look forward to the weekly quiz. It will be live during the weekend. I would also be sharing the slide of this lecture and the part 2 lectures to your email during the weekend. And finally, the videos for the last 2 lectures will be uploaded on our YouTube channel this weekend also. So look forward to all of these things we have coming up.